Hi everyone, it's Trishna. So in this video, I want to talk about the law of attraction and whether it is something that is very materially focused or if it really does have that spiritual component. And so the first thing that I want to say about that is there really is nothing that is around us that doesn't have both materialism in it and spirituality in it because of that nature of duality that I talk a lot about on this channel. And I think that we as humans and even animals and plants, all living beings, we are perfect examples of that. Really, everything is, but we'll just stick to living beings. We're perfect examples of how we are both spirits that are within a physical or material body. We are both in one. And so when I look at the law of attraction, I don't see it as materialistic only. I see it as both materialistic as well as spiritual, and that is perfectly okay. And I also want to talk about the journey because the law of attraction is that entrance into the journey of spirituality. I feel like it's very important and something that shouldn't really be shunned or put down just because The Secret, for example, has such a material focus to it. When we start off on our spiritual journey, especially if we start off with the law of attraction, our first intent when we learn about the law of attraction is to get something out there that is outside of ourselves and try to bring it to us. We want to attract to us. We want to be that magnet that they talk about in The Secret movie and in The Secret book as well, where there is money that we want to have, or there is a particular person that we want to have, or there's a particular object that we want to have, like a car or something, or a fancy watch or whatever it is that we really want, that latest phone. So it starts off as this journey of, oh, the law of attraction can get me something out there that I really want. What I want is actually out there. But then the journey starts to transform as you start to realize, hey, I want this thing out there, but the only way that I can get it is if I release my resistance, is if I make peace within myself of not having it. So then it starts to become this development where I want that thing out there, but I know that I first must work on being okay with not having it, finding peace within myself. I want this person to do this, but I must find a way to be at peace with that person not doing whatever it is that I want. So it starts to take this new form where it's not just about out there, but it's also starting to become about what's in here. How do I need to be okay so that I can get what's out there? But then it takes another transformation. And this is where, so it started materialistic, and then it started to have this hybrid of materialistic and spirituality. And then it starts to become more spiritually based than material based. Of course, again, everything has both sides to it, but it starts to take on an even more spiritual form, where now instead of just being at peace so that I can get XYZ, your mindset starts to shift where it's like, okay, so who do I need to become to be able to have the things that I want? If I want to be an actress, who do I need to become inside? How do I need to transform as a person? How do I need to evolve to be somebody who could be an actress? So it's not so much about just becoming the actress, it's about becoming and transforming myself on a spiritual level to be a match to what an actress would be. So maybe I need to have confidence. Maybe I need to be more consistent in my practice. Maybe I need to be okay with doing the same scene, doing the same monologue over and over and over hours a day, because in film that's what I would be doing. If I'm practicing for theater, that's what I would be doing. Maybe I need to be okay with being measured against other people at an audition. Maybe I need to be okay at being judged for every little thing. Maybe I need to be okay with seeing somebody who's doing a better job than me and having to deal with that jealousy. Maybe I need to be okay with the fact that, yeah, being an actor or an actress is art, but everything has a business component to it too, and I need to be okay with there being that business component and there being money being tossed around and having deals and being involved in contracts and having agents fall through and contracts fall through and parts fall through, and maybe not being able to choose the scripts that I want early on. Like maybe I need to be okay with that so then I can develop into the person who can eventually become somebody who can choose between scripts. So it starts becoming this very internal, focused, self-growth kind of journey, whereas before it was all about how can I get this? Then it became about, okay, how can I be okay with everything so I can get this? And now it's like, who do I want to be? How do I become that person? How do I evolve? And how do I, instead of trying to get that actress job or that acting job, I focus on how can I grow as a person? How can I attract the experience that will help me grow to be deserving of that, to be and I don't want to use that word deserving, because we deserve all that we desire, or most of the time at least. But how do I build myself up? How do I transform internally? How do I move my soul forward? How do I bring experiences for my soul to learn and to grow, versus just getting that actress job? It's more about the experience of life, and what experiences do I want to have that will then get me to that goal, but it's now focused on the experience and the journey there. So again, it starts off from like needing that one thing, to starting to do the internal work, to like not to wanting that one thing but not needing it, to wanting the journey more, to understanding that there is a journey and there is growth, and you can't just have everything at the snap of your fingers. There's some work that you need to do internally, ways that you need to transform, things that your soul wanted to learn when it came here that will get you there, but it's about that journey. So that is what I have to say about that. I think the law of attraction is very, very spiritual, but it's also materialistic. I think the answer is both. Again, it's all about duality. The answer is often both, or somewhere in between, as economists would say. So, or it depends, as they would say. So it's both. And I think that it's okay to start off your journey in a very materialistic fashion, to want all these things, the fancy car, the big house, the cash in the bank. All these things are actually really important. Money is an important part of our lives. That is how our world is run, and it is material, but there is a spiritual connection there. Our money comes from source. Everything comes from source. So now I'm kind of going off on a different tangent, but yeah, it's okay that things start off in a materialistic way, and it's okay that even if you're on the spiritual side, that there is still a materialistic component, because through that journey you bring in that spiritual side as well, and it starts to become this perfect blend of mostly spiritual with a little bit of the materialistic aspect of it. And it's okay to be materialistic. We came to earth to have a materialistic physical experience. If we didn't want that, we would just be up in the ethers hanging out with the universe. But we decided that we wanted an experience. We wanted to touch things, we wanted to feel things, we wanted to have conflict, we wanted things to not be perfect every second of the day. We wanted to grow, we wanted to move our souls forward, we wanted to move the universe forward, and you can't really do that if you're just up in the ethers where everything is perfect all of the time. So yeah, I would say that it is both. It's okay that it starts off in a materialistic area mostly, but eventually you transform that as you develop and as you pursue your spiritual path, which the law of attraction will keep drawing that to you, and it becomes a very spiritual endeavor. And it doesn't really matter where you are on that spectrum, because it is still the same thing. It's all part of that same spectrum, that same cycle. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and leave me a comment if you have any questions or ideas for other law of attraction topics, and I will see you in my next video.